Hello again. I just solved day 18 of Advent of Code 2023, so I will now use ChatGPT to see if it's able to solve it as well. So let's take the problem description and now let's ask GPT to solve it. Please solve the following problem. Input file is attached. So I will actually need to attach it, which is the most common problem with in email. You forget the attachment. So now I will run it and we'll see what happens. Okay. So it is reading the input file and adding the points on the boundary. Now it's gonna fill the interior and calculate the area, which is, according to it, just 3,168, which doesn't seem enough. Okay. Let's ask it to fix its solution based on the sample input. I think it will find out that the solution is not appropriate. $38. Does it align really? Yes, 38, but we need the actual full area, including the boundary points. And that's a completely different calculation again. Much closer, but now it's too high. So the $62. So just give it one more hint here and tell it that it needs to count with the proper result for the sample. Oh yeah, that's much better. Very interesting approach. Not sure if this is really correct. Zero. That's a common thing, that it spits out this very complicated algorithm and then the result is 0 or infinity or something like this, and it tries to correct it because it somewhere did a out of range error or something like this that causes this problem, but it is happening quite often. I've noticed during these videos. 55. Interesting. 55. That's not a number that's to be seen anywhere here. So now it's actually filling the grid based on the area, and it did better because it found the inner number of filled cells, but it did not calculate the number of border cells. So I think it will very soon time out. So it's gonna be probably the last try it will do. It's 56, still not it. So it's not really working so far. Okay, where are we? So it's really creating a grid and then setting the like filled points and like doing a float fill in that grid, it seems. And it's 70 now. It's more than it should have been. So it really does seem to have a problem. I think what it maybe doesn't understand that the area can be cut out like this. So maybe it's counting these points as well as included or something like this. And now it's timed out. So this didn't work out too well. So I will go back to my last message, and I will try to ask it to solve the second part, because the second part will force it to think about the problem differently and avoid calculating it using any like actual float fill or having an actual grade, because this will be too large of an area. Right, let's see what happens here. I think it will be forced to change the approach. It must be, because the size is just too large. Yeah, it seems it tries with the default. With the same solution, which is completely unusable in this case. So it will very soon give up and hopefully try a completely different approach. It still has problems with parsing the input. So some similar thing that I have been having, trying to remove the hashtag, then the parentheses. I think it's now removing the hashtag, but not the parentheses still. So that's gonna be a surprise. Yes, still a problem. Oh no, that is not it. You are forgetting the parentheses. I will probably give it a hint there, because this will be just sad. Extra characters at the end, but also at the beginning, you know. Right, but you're forgetting the beginning parentheses, and it's improving. It is re-evaluating based on its previous attempt and trying to understand the problem better. But the fact that it doesn't notice that initial parenthesis is annoying, for sure. Yeah, that's. So it's trying to remove empty space, but that's irrelevant in this case. Still the same thing. And it's gonna very soon time out, I think. So I think it has the last single chance to do this. And again, it's removing hashtag, it's removing the last parenthesis, but not the beginning one. So it's going to be the same thing, I think. Yep. Still nothing. Yeah, this could be better. This could be better. This actually makes sense. Right, so now it's has got into problems in a different place, but it already timed out now. So I can try to do it once more, but it doesn't seem promising. Okay, so very naively trying the same thing again. It's not gonna work. Nope. It failed and it's trying again, but the parsing itself is problematic. It was worse, I would say. So let's try again here. I will give it one more last chance. Okay, big hint here. Just to see if it's able to figure out that the original approach to solve the problem is completely unusable in this case. Okay, now we're talking, and it will time out because the area to fill to calculate it would be too large. So now it should hopefully realize before it times out that this approach is not usable and could switch to a more mathematical approach. So it's trying to calculate it, but it will need to realize that this is not going to go anywhere, especially if it's taking this long. I would prefer it not to time out and rather try a different approach. Or what I can later try as well is to give it another hint that the original approach is unusable and to try some mathematical approach, but it would be kind of a big hint, and I wanted to avoid this in solving these. So we can try it just for fun, but that will be the last chance for ChatGPT to get this right. All right, seems there is not gonna be any action here. And it's surprising to me that it doesn't terminate the execution, because usually at this point it would terminate and say this is not a usable solution and I will try something else. But it seems that it's trying to let it run and it's optimistic that it will finish, which is not gonna be the case. Well, I think I will just stop this. Okay, so it's just started to do it in a more efficient way. Awesome. So I will just edit this. Okay. Final attempt. A very, very big hint to try mathematical approach. Okay, the parsing itself, I think, is correct. So that part is fine. I don't think that's true. It's just taking the whole area of the boundary as the area, and doesn't even care about the fact that it's a polygon, not a square or rectangle. So that seems kind of underwhelming. I would expect something more from code interpreter in this case. Well, yeah, that's definitely not it. Okay, so I will just say that today ChatGPT didn't have its day, and neither part 1 or part 2 of this problem was solvable using code interpreter. So yeah, still people are much better in some cases than ChatGPT and AI. So that can be good news for some people, and or sad news for OpenAI. But yeah, in this case, it didn't work out well. So hopefully it will get better with some of the following days. But we are nearing the end of Advent of Code, and yeah, as the problems are gaining on complexity, it will be a challenge for ChatGPT to step up this game and solve one of those. But we shall see. So I thank you for joining this short session. I will see you in the next video. You can subscribe if you want to get notified about future videos. And in the meantime, keep coding, and I will see you. Bye bye.